You're going to multiply the first terms together. After that, you multiply the outer ones together, then you multiply the inner ones together, and then you multiply the last ones together. I hate FOIL. I don't teach FOIL. I don't like it. I'll show you why. Now, if you know it and you're comfortable with it, I'm not here to undo your what you know. But I'll show you in the next example why I don't like FOIL. All right? But let's try and follow it. Right? What I'm supposed to do is take the first two and multiply them together. Here are the first ones, right? So that's really multiplying this times this, right? Okay, let's do that. What's 2x times x? 2x squared. All right, great. Wonderful. Now I'm supposed to multiply the outer ones. The outer ones are these two, outer ones, right? 2x times positive 4, which is 8x. Great, wonderful. All right. Next, I'm supposed to multiply the inner ones together. The inner ones, or the inside ones, these two, negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Great. And then finally, the last two. Wait, I did this one times this one? That's what I just did? Now I'm going to do the last ones, which are these two. So negative 3 times positive 4 is negative 12. And now when I put all these together, I combine like terms. These two middle ones can be combined, right? So we have 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. Box it up, and you're done. Wonderful. Questions? All right. So now let me put another problem up here for you. How about this? Same instructions. How do you multiply those two together? Is that a polynomial times a polynomial? Yes, it is. This happened to be a binomial times a binomial, 2 and 2, right? And whenever we see 2 and 2 multiplied together, we use FOIL. But when you see 3 and 3 together, or even if this was 2 and 3, or if this was 2 and this one had 4 terms, or if this one had 8 terms and this one had 7 terms, FOIL is bye-bye, you can't use it. Right? FOIL only works because there's 2 and 2. So for me, it's a little more constructive to teach it as a method, as a way you go about it. So here's the method. If you have two polynomials, you always start with the first term in the first polynomial. Start with that guy right there. And you're going to pass this through and multiply through, like distribution, through to every term over here. So if there's 3 of them, you go to all 3. If there's 8 of them, you go to all 8. Okay? After you do that, you move to the next one. And you pass that one through all of them. You with me? And then after you do that, what do you think you do? Move to the last one and pass that one through. Now I'm going to have all these crazy arcs, so I'm just going to go on the bottom this time. Is that okay? So you're going to have to do a total, in this problem, a total of how many multiplications? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, right? We had 3 terms here, 3 terms here. What's 3 times 3? 9. That's how it turns out. However many terms there are here times however many terms there are here, that's how many multiplications you're going to have to do. Now, believe it or not, that's exactly what we were doing with FOIL. Because what would FOIL tell us to do? Start with the first times the first, right? That would be this, right? Then outer, which is this and this, which would be this one times that one. So do you see? We just did what I told you. Start with the first one, go to these two. Then you would do inner, which would be these two, which is exactly what I'm telling you would have to do, right? Go to this and pass that one through. Do y'all see that? FOIL is that. But FOIL is less powerful because you're stuck with only 2 and 2. That's the only thing you can do it on. All right, let's finish this. What is this first multiplication of x squared times x squared? X to the 4th, right? You add the exponents. What's x squared times negative 2x? Negative 2x cubed. What's x squared times 1? Positive 1. Just plus 1x squared. So there's your first three. And now you go to the red ones. X times x squared. X cubed. X times negative 2x. Negative 2x squared. X times 1 plus x. Now you go to the last one. Negative 2 times x squared is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times negative 2x is positive 4x. And negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. There you go. There's all 9 terms. And now you collect all your like terms together. This was a 3, right? Can you what? You can't leave it. No, that wouldn't be fully, because it says in simplify, right? So you want to go all the way. You could leave it, but you're not going to get full credit. So x to the 4th. All right, that's the only x to the 4th I have in the whole thing. So there it is. How about x cubes? I have this one and this one, right? I can put those together. I have to add their coefficients. Negative 2 plus 1, negative 1. So just negative x cubed. Let me look for x squareds. I have an x squared here, and I have an x squared here, and an x squared here. Negative 3x squared is what we should get there. And 5x's? Okay. Anything else? Minus 2. There we go. So it is a much more powerful method to be able to do that. Okay, so do another problem here. What about this? 5x minus 2 squared. A lot of people make mistakes on this one. The most common incorrect answer I see is this. Please don't write this, okay? That's the most common incorrect answer I see. What did this student just do? They squared this, so 5x times 5x, and got 25x squared. And then they said, all right, fine, there it is. Then they said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to square this. Negative times a negative would be positive, and they get positive 4 and they put it here. That is not correct. What you have to do is write 5x minus 2 times 5x minus 2, and you have to do your little foiling thing. Go ahead, you do it. I'll give you like a minute to see if you can do that. Is this okay? You have to go through this procedure, multiply through, and notice that all this stuff here in the middle, that's what this student is missing. They actually have the 25x squared and the plus 4 correct, but this whole thing in the middle is missing, and that's not a little deal, that's a big deal. So make sure you're careful when you're trying to square a binomial that you actually write them out next to each other and do the FOIL. Questions? Yes?
Let's say the plus 4 wasn't there. What's the most simplified form? The way it's written or with the x?
If the plus 4 was not here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want us to factor out the x or the most
No, I mean, you would be correct both ways. But usually what we do when we're factoring, usually, it's to solve a problem. It's actually to solve an equation. If you have an expression like that, right there, if you factor it, good. But it's not more right, it's not wrong to do that. Now, when we solve equations, you'll have to factor. There won't be a way around it. You'll have to. All right, I'm going to pass around the sign-in sheet. So let's make sure everybody signs in today. We had perfect attendance last time. That's pretty impressive. Here you go. See, we've got 5 minutes. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to tell you on the homework what to do. For the homework tonight, you're going to be picking up where we left off. So you're going to be on page 11. It's going to be part B. Right? Part B, solve the equations. And that carries on to page 12. So I'll put page 11 and 12. And then the next set starts on page 17. And you should probably be able to do part A. I don't know how you're going to do with those two right there. I'll say part A, and then you can try part B. But that's actually where we're going to come in next time. We're going to pick up. These are some word problems and some applications with geometry in them. I haven't shown you any of that, so you can try it on your own if you'd like. Everyone clear on what you're supposed to do for tonight? Okay. Have we had an in-class quiz yet? No, you just have that take-home, right? That's all you've had, that take-home quiz? Okay. I think we're getting to that point where it's time to take a quiz at some point. Just a little like beginning of the class, 5 to 8 minute quiz, 1 or 2 problems, show me what you know, just to get you used to the pressure of having to do something under a time constraint. Okay, so in other words, be ready for a quiz next class? Okay. That sign-in sheet going around? Okay. Everybody have a great day.
I have an orthodontist appointment next Tuesday.
Okay.